Pretties. Today's video is going to be my completed pieces from the January 2021 bargain bead box. And I had a lot of fun with this collection. And so I wanted to kind of just give you an overall view of what I've done with the box. I did add some stuff from my own stash, and I'll go through them when I go through each piece. But let me go ahead and move this out the way and just kind of show you each piece individually. Okay, so the first set that I did, the very first set that I made, I'm going to go ahead and show that first because I absolutely adore this set. I think it came out really pretty, really elegant. It's a multi-strand necklace, and I used all the components from the bargain bead box. I used the jump rings, and I used a little spacer beads as a little dangle. I used the bicomb crystals and all the rondelle spacers, the chain, the faceted rondelles that came in the box. So I just, like I said, I did a 4-strand necklace and connected it, made some links, and used those really pretty connectors. And then added the chain to the back with the toggle clasp. And I did add the toggle clasp that I had ordered from Bargain Bead Box Bargains, and so that did come from their sister site. And so that was the necklace that I made. Let me try to lay it out. It looks so pretty on the bust. And I'll try to go ahead and insert some pictures, or maybe just try to show it to you on the bust in a little bit. So the earrings that I made to go with these are on lever backs. I did have some rose gold lever back earrings, and let me get it in the middle. When you put them on, I kind of have these 2 spacer beads, but the jump ring goes in the middle like that, and then it's the little scrolled link, and then I just dangled one of the bicomb crystals. So when they're facing forward, that's how they lay in your ear, when they're facing forward. And so those are the earrings that go with that. And the bracelet, I decided to do a 2-strand bracelet, 2 strands of the chain, and 1 strand of the bicones and rondelles and faceted rondelle crystals. And then I used that same toggle on the end that I did for the necklace. And so that is the first, whoops. That is the first completed set. And let me see if I can go ahead and set this up on the bust for you so you can see how beautiful it lays. It really came out really pretty. Like I said, really elegant. And I'll try to hold up the camera so that you can see it on the bust. Let's see if this will help a little bit. So you can see how that lays on the bust. So like I said, I thought this was a really pretty elegant set. So that was the first set I made. Let me go ahead and move that one out the way and show you the next set. So the next set I did was a little bit of a longer necklace, and I have to say I have to give credit to Wendy, because I never would have thought when I first got the big medallion, I was kind of like, what am I going to do with this? And I thought about bead weaving in it, and then I was like, well, I don't know, you're going to see the thread, and I don't know. So I just kind of was at a loss. And then Wendy Whitman uploaded her video, and she had done some really beautiful flowers. Of course I didn't have the same flowers she did, and you may not have the same flowers that I have, but it gave me the inspiration to go ahead and glue some beads onto this medallion. And I really like how this kind of turned out whimsical and kind of fun. It does remind me of spring. I did glue the ladybugs, and I did add some little check glass flowers, depressed flower leaves. Leaves. I wire wrapped those and added those to the jump ring. So let me try to get it a little bit closer. So what I did was I actually had these little resin flowers, and then the pressed glass, check glass leaves. I had some check glass little ladybugs, and this is one of the 2 flower components that came in the box, and the other one I used in the bracelet, and I'll show you that in just a second. So I went ahead and glued those over some E6000, let it dry, added some station of chain, And then I made these really cute stations with the rose quartz beads, and I did pull in these white opal bicone crystals from my stash and made the station. And then I have another station of chain, another station. In this station I kind of incorporated the roses, and I put the pink and the white with the rose quartz and the crystals, and dangled the little ladybugs off of those. Then I did another station in the back and finished it off with a toggle closure that I did have from Beadbox Bargains. I just did a haul video and I bought a lot of toggles, and those were some of the toggles that I had purchased from them. So that's the necklace that I made. Again, thanks Wendy for the inspiration. I do love watching everybody's videos, and although I don't mind if somebody watches mine and wants to copy it exactly. That makes me very happy. It makes me love the fact that somebody loves my jewelry that much that they want to make it themselves for themselves, and I think that's awesome. So I'm always like, go for it. I love that. But anyway, of course I didn't, like I said, I didn't have the same exact flowers, but I did want to make it a little bit different, and I did like her idea about gluing those pieces on. So then I made just a really simple stretch bracelet on stretchy cord, and I used that second rose quartz carved flower that came in the box. Put a couple of little check glass leaves and the ladybugs around the bracelet with the rose quartz and those opal crystals. So that was the bracelet to match. And then I just did a fun pair of little cute earrings on a head pin. I put one of the little pink roses, the little ladybug, and one of the white opal crystals, and put those on the rose gold lever back earrings. Now I did have the lever back earrings in my stash, so I did do those. So that was the third set, and I really like how like I said, whimsical, kind of fun spring. It gives me a springtime feel, so I can't wait for that to wear that in spring. So I thought those were really cute. And then I made let's see, I'm trying to remember what I made next, but anyway, I'll just go ahead and show you this set. I didn't do a necklace for this set. I absolutely love how this turned out. This is the link, the connector links, and what I did was I just put three of the little I'm drawing a blank on the gemstone. Let me pull my paper out because I don't want to say the wrong name. Let's see. Hold up just a second. And let's see, what were these? Rhodonite. I don't know why I could not remember that for the life of me. But the little rhodonite gemstones, and so I put three, and I used the little rose gold head pins that came in the box. They were very, very thin. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to use them, but they did work really well for these simple little dangles, or charms, if you want to call them that. But I put three in between on each jump ring, in between the link connectors, and then on the end, I just finished it off with a little bit of what I needed for my length. I divided by 2 to get the length that I needed, because this was all the connectors that I had left, because I did use some in the first necklace. And then I finished it off with the clasp that was included in the box, the hook and eye clasp. And so that's how, and it's really, really pretty on. It really does lay nice. So when it's on the wrist, I should say, it dangles down. All of those little dangles. Really, really pretty. Let me see if I can kind of lay it across my wrist so that you can see. Very fun. And like I said, it's delicate with those little small rondelle beads, but it makes a statement, in my opinion. So that's the bracelet that I made. And once I made that bracelet, I said, let me make some earrings with the other 2 hook and eye clasp. And so I put this on here, and my intention at first was to dangle something from it. And then I made them, and I was like, you know what? I just really like the simplicity of the way they look, like the metal. I just really liked it, and so I just kind of left it because it matches the bracelet perfectly, obviously, because that is the clasp clasp that I used. But those earrings, like I said, sometimes simple is better. You don't need a whole lot to add to something. And because this bracelet is delicate with these little bitty small rondelles, I just thought that the earrings were perfect as is. So I left it like that. And this is really one of my favorites. So I really do like that set. Let me move that off to the side. The next earrings that I made, I did not, I didn't make anything to go with them because I just like the earrings. And besides the fact, whoops, I dropped it. It wouldn't be a video if I didn't drop something. I had these in my stash from the last haul that I made from Bead Box Bargains in the rose gold leaf toggle. These were toggle clasps. And so I used those little bell flowers, the magenta glass bell flowers, and I just made a nice little cluster of them. And I did use the rose gold head pins that came in the box, and on the back I just connected it with a jump ring to that lever back. And these are really, really simple and really pretty. But the reason I didn't make anything else with it obviously was because I only had so many of the little magenta bell flowers, and so I used those on the earrings. And let me see if I can get my little cup over here so you can see. I'll open those up. But when they're facing forward, they're really pretty. I don't know if you can see it on that glass, but they really are pretty. It would have made a really nice pendant too, if you would have wanted to make this the focal point of a necklace and then build from each side. That would have been really pretty as well. So I'm just going to hang these on there. Move that out of the way. Then the next, let's see, I guess we can call this a set, because what I did was I started to well, let me finish showing you with the rose gold and then I'll show you the silver stuff because I did add some silver from my stash. So I did want to make a simple stretch bracelet. This was kind of what I had left at the very end. I didn't have a whole lot left over, but I just made a really simple, pretty rose quartz stretch bracelet, and I did like a station with the smaller ones and the white opal crystals. Then I went and I put a bigger bead. Then I did a station with the rondelle and the rose gold little spacer beads, then with the crystals, then with the rondelles, the crystals, and all the way around. So I just made that really easy, quick bracelet. But like I said, it's just so easy to just throw on, and rose quartz has a really good energy. I like the stone to wear the stone. I keep, a lot of times I'll put gemstones in my pocket to bring to work too for good energy, but that's just me. Then I made this stretch bracelet as well. This was using those antiqued rose gold bead caps on the dyed quartz in that coral color, really pretty. And then I just, in between, I put the white opal crystals. So again, you can throw these on together, the two colors of pink, and have a nice little stack set with the rose gold findings. So I'm really big into stacking bracelets too, especially those stretch bracelets. Love that. Okay, so then I kind of ran out of the rose gold findings that came in the box. So what I decided to do was go into my stash and get silver, because the silver and the pink is very cool. It really goes well together. And so then I decided to make this really pretty, simple necklace with that beautiful focal, carved rose focal pendant. It was absolutely beautiful. The whole runs side to side through the back. So I just threaded my Coriana chain through that, and then along the way up the necklace, I should say, I did a station of, it's like a floating necklace. I did the rondelles, the faceted rondelle crystals, and then I used the larger rose quartz beads, and I did that all the way up the necklace, and I finished it off with a silver toggle. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on the bust form so you can kind of see excuse me, how that's laying. And let me see if I can kind of lift this up just a moment so you can see that. Really pretty on the neck. Okay, so that was the necklace. And then the bracelet that I made to go with it was using some links that I purchased from Beadbox Bargains, the sister site to Bargain Beadbox, and I did pull in some silver coated crystals, silver and clear crystals, with the smaller rose quartz beads and the links. And so I thought that went really well with this necklace, being that it's the silver and the rose quartz. So that was the bracelet that I made to go with it. And then the earrings, I used that same, these are fun. I used that same little link, and I used the same silver crystals and a bunch of just little clusters of the rondelles and the rose quartz, and made those some really fun dangle cluster earrings. And so because of the link, it does match with the bracelet. And of course, because the necklace was so kind of simplistic with the rose quartz, it all ties back together. And even though this has the little small faceted rose gold spacer beads, you could very easily stack that with the silver, I think. In my opinion, I don't think it clashes. So that's a nice stacker piece as well. So I think you can stack those with no problem. And then, last but not least, I have 2 more pair of earrings that I made. Again, like I said, once I started getting to, I finished this piece off, and then I was like, well, I don't have any more rose gold findings as far as like little spacer beads and all, because my stash is not built up on rose gold too much. I am working on that though. But I did make these really fun earrings, so I just kind of had some of the pink stuff left, and like I said, I pulled out my silver stash and added to it. So I did have these rings, and I do have these little swirls in my Facebook group, so I added those little charms in the end. And then I did use the faceted rondelle crystal from the box and the smaller rose quartz beads, and just put those on a head pin, made a loop, and use it as kind of like a charm. So I thought those came out really cute. And then I made this pair. And if you watched my video from the 2021 Awesome Collaboration video, you saw my firework earrings. If you haven't, definitely check that video out. That was a fun one. And also check out the collaboration. I'm doing it with a few ladies, and everybody's projects for January, which is absolutely beautiful. But this is kind of along the theme of that. I made one of the longer dangles on a head pin, made one of the dangles on a eye pin, and hung a little cross from it. And at the top, I used the bigger rose quartz beads with bead caps that I had in my stash. And so I think those came out really pretty. Really, really pretty. And so that is all of the finished pieces that I made from using all the contents from the Bargain Bead box. And like I said, I did add a few things from my own stash. The silver findings and things like that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this box, creating with it. And if you're not familiar with Bargain Bead box, it's an awesome subscription box. It really is. It's my favorite. It's $17.95 a month, and it includes shipping. That you get everything sent straight to your door for less than $18. And you get gemstones and findings and check glass beads and crystals. It's really, really a great subscription box. So definitely check that out if you're interested in making jewelry, if you like what you see. I do have other finished jewelry update videos from previous boxes if you would like to go back and check out those videos and see what I've created with those. I haven't done any tutorials. Honestly, with the Bargain Bead box, I find myself, I lay everything out and then I just start going to town, and it's just hard for me to stop because I make so many changes and so many, you know, there's like decisions, and then I'll change my mind. And anyway, I just kind of find it hard to do because I'm creating so many pieces with this one box and trying to figure it all out. But I do tutorials on other pieces that I've made, so if you want to check out my library of videos, please do that. So anyway, I was trying to get everything kind of back in frame, but there's still some pieces around here that I can't fit everything into picture again, but in the beginning you were able to see everything on the mat, so nicely anyway. So if you would, if you enjoyed these pieces, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate every one of your comments. I love reading them. They make me happy. I enjoy responding back. And if you would, click on subscribe. That would be awesome. If you haven't already, click on the notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. And if you know anybody else that is interested in jewelry making or just likes to learn about, you know, jewelry and see videos like this, please send them over my way. I'd really appreciate it. And until the next video, guys, bye.